Hi my lovies and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impressions. I'm going to be doing a review, wear test, and the foundation that I have in question is this one here from Benefit. This is the Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. Now I haven't seen any reviews on this, not a one, so I'm not really sure what to expect with this foundation, but it was sent to me by Benefit, so thank you so much Benefit Ireland. I'm going to give you all the deets on this foundation. It is a soft blurring foundation that looks like skin and feels like nothing at all, so it's supposed to be really lightweight. It says a couple of statistics here that 99% people said it felt weightless. Wow, I can't talk. 98% said it feels breathable and 95% said it gives a natural looking coverage. And this is a sheer to medium coverage, so I'm presuming it's kind of buildable. If they're saying sheer, you can build it up to medium. It has an SPF 15. There is 30 mils of product in this, or 1 fluid ounce, so that's pretty standard. And there are 12 shades in the range. So there's not a huge shade range. It is a neutral based foundation. You know, I obviously know that people have like warm and some people have like cooler undertones. I have no idea what my undertone of my skin is. I never have any idea, never have. And I'm presuming I'm probably neutral. This is very similar to the Chanel Autant. Is it Autant? Can't remember the name of it, but you know the Chanel foundation that comes like this and it is in a shaky bottle. Like it's quite liquidy in there. I don't know if you can hear that. I would recommend probably shaking this up. I have the shade number 4. Now if there's 12 shades in the range, I am very doubtful that this is going to match me because I'm presuming shade 4 is obviously closer to the lighter shades than it is to the darker shades, and I am quite dark at the moment. I can't wear any foundation. My darkest MAC foundation is like an NC 37 or 35 or something like that. It doesn't match me, it's too light. I'm not very confident that this is going to match, but I do have the drops from Catrice that darken it up, a darkening drop thing, blah, whatever I'm trying to say. So I may need to mix them in with this just to see how we get on. So I'm going to read a couple of facts off Sephora, sure why not, while we're here. It has 3.8 stars on Sephora, so it's pretty new obviously, so there's not a huge amount of reviews. There's 44 to be exact. It's $29. I will get the price in euro for you guys. So the skin types it says it's for is sensitive, normal, dry, combination, oily, so everyone. It has a natural finish and it's light to medium, we already know that. It is a soft blurring foundation, evens out the look of the skin tone and blurs imperfections, soft focus, optical blurring spheres. The lightweight buildable formula is easy to apply and flashback free, plus it contains shea extract ingredients known to smooth the look of skin and help protect it. So that sounds amazing. Packaging is totally adorable, like Benefit always knocking out of the park. Look at that cute little smiley face on it. And then it just has the foundation shade on the bottom. I presume all the bottles are probably the same. I don't know if the bottles differ in colour depending on the shade that you have. And it doesn't tell me any instructions, but I am presuming that shaking well is probably a standard. I'm going to do what I do with every first impressions, apply my primer on one side and none on the other, and then a brush and then a beauty blender on the other side, just to see how we get along. So the primer that I'm cray about at the moment is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. I am so obsessed with this. I wore this in Santorini underneath my foundation and it just helped to make my foundation last so much longer. Because I was in the sun for 4 days, my skin is a little bit drier, but not crazy dry. Like it hasn't changed my skin type too much. I'm still very, very oily, but I'm just a little bit on the drier side than normal. So that might be boding well for me with this foundation. Oh my god, there's been like an explosion in here. What the hell happened here? Oh my, it's a little bit messy. This foundation is definitely way too light, but we'll see what we can get away with. I'm going to start with a brush on this side, so I already primed as we already knew. I'm just going to, oh my, it's way too light. I'm just going to blend it in. Maybe it might adhere to my skin as I'm blending it. Okay, it's way too light, so I'm just going to add a little drop of the Catrice. This is the Makeup Transforming Drops. This does not change the formula of any foundation. All it does is just add a little bit of extra colour, just so you can get something that matches your skin a bit better. Oh, that's much better now. It's still a bit light, but we'll get away with it. I don't know if that's just the brush applying it, that just feels a bit drier. A little bit of it goes a long way actually. Like I've managed to cover half my face on one pump of this product. Now, the foundation is definitely the wrong undertone, wrong colour for me, and it looks a little bit on the grayer side than like this side, like my natural skin tone, but it has evened everything out and it has covered quite nicely, and I can still see my freckles and like my natural pigmentation of my skin and stuff underneath, so it's not like it's like masked my skin. It actually looks really, really fresh. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender that's well beaten up and apply the foundation on this side. So to be honest, the brush straight off the bat is doing a lot more for this foundation than the beauty blender. I feel like the beauty blender has just eaten up all of the product. Yeah, I'm not really getting much of an application with the beauty blender. It's just eaten everything up. It's layering quite nicely on my skin, and it's just kind of adhering to my skin, you know, well. It's not like sitting on top of my skin or sinking into any pores that I can see right now. To be honest, it looks like I am wearing no foundation at all. It just looks like my natural skin tone, because you can still see my freckles and stuff coming through, so it just looks like my skin, only better. I don't feel like it's a mask. It's really lightweight. It's not heavier than a moisturizer at all. Like, it's really lightweight. I will definitely need to set it, but it just looks really, really fresh on my skin. Made my skin look a bit more uniform. I had obviously like darker pigmentation on my forehead. It's just kind of made everything look more like, what's the word that I'm actually looking for? Like the same. What am I trying to actually say? It's just made my skin look uniform. That's what I'm going to say. And just like gotten rid of any blemishes and any like irregular pigmentation or anything. It's just made my skin look quite nice, actually. I really, really like the look of this on my skin. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is the fact that the packaging is so messy. I've only used this once today, and you can see how messy and just look, the packaging is just not great. It would be much better maybe if it was in a pump, or if you could just even pour it out. It mightn't be as messy. I just feel like that squeezy tube has made it a little bit messy. So anyway, I'm not really going to do much else with this because I feel like it looks lovely. I'm not noticing any difference from either side. To be honest, I'm always going to prefer the prime side, and I think a brush just works with it a little bit better because it just, you get a little bit more of the product with the brush, whereas I feel like the foundation is eaten up because it's a little bit more liquidy by a beauty blender. But I think that it looks brilliant on both sides. It's currently 11 AM and I am going to try and wear this for as long as I can throughout the day. It is very sunny here in Ireland, so I hope this holds up well with my oily skin. Yeah, so that's basically all I'm going to do. I'm going to apply the rest of my face and then I'm going to film another video and I'll come back to you guys later. Hi my lovies, I am back for my next update. So it is 1:24. I don't know if you can see that on my phone. It's 1:24, so I put this on at 11. So it's been on for 2.5 hours. And to be honest guys, I'm really impressed with this foundation. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like I'm never really into these light coverage, medium coverage foundations. I like full coverage, full slap, full makeup. But I feel because I went a bit lighter with it, I wanted to keep my complexion a bit lighter and not like go crazy with mad eye makeup and big winged lashes or winged liner and big lashes and, you know, heavy makeup today. I felt like I wanted to keep it light and fresh, and I feel like this is perfect for holiday wear if it lasts throughout the day. Like, it's been on for 2.5 hours and it's looking pretty well at the moment. I do feel that the primer underneath has helped it appear just a little bit more flawless on this side compared to this side, but I do think it looks absolutely beautiful on my skin. This is not a normal foundation I would normally pick up. Normal. This is not a foundation I would normally pick up because I'm like, once I hear light medium, I'm like, why bother? I'll just wear no foundation. But I think on those no foundation kind of natural days, this is ideal. I'll zoom in so you can see what my skin looks like up close. You can see my skin there. It looks really fresh and just really evened out. I feel like it has just sat on my skin lovely. It's not emphasizing any texture on my skin. It's not, you know, creeping into any lines or anything like that. It just looks gorgeous. It's really lightweight. I obviously had to use the mixing medium just to make it a bit darker, but I feel like the color is gorgeous as well. It's really like matches my skin tone a little bit. I'm a little bit darker on my hands, but let's just pretend it matches me as close as possible. But I think it's beautiful. Like, I really feel like my skin looks quite fresh and evened out, and my complexion looks very, very nice. I'm happy out. Obviously, I'm going to continue wearing this throughout the day, but so far, 2.5 hours in, it's getting a thumbs up, and I will check in with you guys in another few hours just to see how it's wearing and, you know, how it looks on my skin later on, if it's sinking into any fine lines or anything like that. Primer may not be necessary, but I just feel like the prime side looks a little bit more flawless, if that makes any sense. I'll be back to you guys in a little bit and we'll see how we're getting on then. Hi guys, so I'm back to do my last update of the day. I didn't do like a 5-hour update because, to be honest, nothing had changed between the 5 hours and the 2.5 hours. Like, my skin was looking exactly the same, so I thought now would be like the perfect time to update you guys, because I have been wearing the foundation for, let me see, I started at 11, it's now just 2 minutes to 8. So the foundation's been on for 9 hours, and I thought now would be the perfect time to update you guys. So to be honest, looking at this in the mirror, I am really stoked with this foundation. I feel like it has gone a little bit deeper on my skin from what it was like earlier on. I feel like it's adhered to my skin and kind of like looks a little bit more like my natural skin tone now than it did earlier on. But that mix and medium was just brilliant for Catrice if you are looking to darken up any foundations that you have. I'm really pleased with the appearance of this foundation. Like you guys know, I have oily skin and I have a little bit of oiliness here and just in between my brows, but nothing really extreme. I need a mirror actually that I can wait, hang on. First of all, there is no fading. The only tiny bit of fading I have is just on the tip of my nose. It's gone, like it's kind of rubbed off a little bit. And I had a tiny bit of dryness on my nose just from the sun. I got a little bit burnt and then my skin started to kind of like peel. How gross. But it kind of just grabbed on a little bit to my nose just as the day was going on, but it hasn't seeped in anywhere and it hasn't faded off my face. It just looks like my skin, like a more natural version of my skin. It's not heavy on my skin and it feels so lightweight, which is exactly what I'm looking for in the summertime. It hasn't creeped into any fine lines. It hasn't gone crepey. Now, a little bit in between my brows has gone a little tiny bit cakey, or it's kind of like pulled off in little areas. And nothing too extreme. Around my nostril area is looking great. I have a ginormous blackhead right here and I can kind of see it. I am noticing that the side that I did prime, it hasn't seeped in as much to my pores. So there's definitely a little bit more of a seamless effect on this side versus this side, just with the pore area. I have very deep frown lines on my forehead and it hasn't really emphasized them too much. I can see all my little freckles still. Everything looks really seamless on top. My highlight and blusher and bronzer and everything is still kind of there. You can see it on my face. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. I quite like this foundation. So I hope you can kind of see what I'm actually talking about. Just a little bit of the foundation's rubbed off here and you can kind of see a teeny bit of caking in between my brows, not a whole lot, and just a tiny bit of creasing just around my smile lines. Very much intact on my skin, on my forehead and stuff. Like, you can kind of see a little bit more of my freckles on my nose, and it hasn't rubbed off on my jawline, nothing like that, and you can still see everything else sitting quite nice in it. This side, like I said, it looks a little bit more airbrushed because I just feel like my pores aren't as emphasized, whereas this side they're just a little bit more emphasized. Nothing really dramatic, honestly, because it's not hugely noticeable, but I am pretty happy with this. I have tried a few of the Benefit foundations before and I haven't really liked too many of them. The Hello Flawless is actually quite a nice foundation, but it's very lightweight, whereas the Hello Happy, I feel like it's described as a lightweight foundation, which is exactly what I want it for. It's going to be a foundation that I will have in my makeup bag all summer long because I just feel like my skin looks great. It's not a nighttime foundation for me because I like a little bit more full coverage, but this is definitely like if I was going to a barbecue or if I just wanted to even out my complexion and I just wanted to put a tiny bit of foundation on. You guys are well aware of how oily my skin is, and I feel like my oils are kind of controlled with this, which I'm actually shocked. So I feel like people with combination skin would really enjoy this. I feel like if you're dry, you might not be overly enthused about it just because it has clung on to the dry patches on my nose, just where my nose is peeling. So I don't know if you've tried this and you've dry skin, what do you guys think of it? But to be honest, I'm very happy with oily skin and how it has performed on my face. I just think it looks effortless and seamless. I would give this a 4 out of 5. I feel like it is really long lasting. Like I said, I have it on 9 hours now and it looks ridiculously lovely, like that's your standard day. I feel like it has held up really, really well. It looks quite natural on my skin. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, it feels lightweight. I just think everything about it is beautiful. The only reason I would deduct a pointer off it maybe is just the fact that it's kind of like clung a little bit and kind of went a little bit cakey in between my brows, so it's not like flawless, perfect, amazing, but it is as close to perfect as you could get from a foundation. The other reason I'm taking off a pointer is because of the packaging. I do not like the packaging. Like, just look how messy that is, and we talked about it earlier. I'm just not keen on the packaging. So guys, do let me know if you pick up this foundation, what you guys think of it. I think it is amazing and I really, really, really recommend it. I'm actually shocked because usually these foundations are not something I go for, and I'm just shocked that I like it as much as I do. Yeah, I have nothing really else to say about it. This gets a big thumbs up from me. I highly recommend it to you guys. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. If there's any more foundations you guys would like me to review, either high-end or affordable, please let me know, because I do love doing foundation reviews for you and wear tests, and it's been a hot minute. And I promise I will wear them for roughly around 12 hours. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to all you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys!